Trick, please.
I know y'all probably heard this story, but it's gonna always center me in regards to this podcast, man. That we started arguing on Facebook, turned into real conversations, that turned into a podcast on Facebook. But don't pretend like we didn't create a culture over here, whether it was rooted in Africa or not, whether it's
monkey see, a monkey do. Trick, please. Trick, please. Why you trying to do everything that I do? Monkey. I'll show you how to flip it in the cheese. Trick, freeze.
Trick, please.
Might be the dumbest man in America. I've never seen anything like this.
Correct.
Who implicates himself in a book? What's
the same thing? She can actually talk about different things and different things.
The fact that he said he was better than Q, and like.
Decide on whether or not you're gonna have kids. You probably just
probably don't like it.
Make her.
It's okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, and so when I could not have a relationship with my biological father, God brought other men in my life to follow.
I am racist, and I'll say that to the whole entire world.
Remember me? Take a picture. Let's do like, come on, man.
Because there's so much about this moment that is trying to make people feel like they've lost their minds. When in fact, these
Yeah. Mic check. How I sound? Mic check. How I sound? Mic check. How I sound? Yeah. Okay. Mic check. How I sound? And you looking like yes, it's about to go down. We here, we don't really mess with clowns. We just shove them, get them out of town. I wear my crown, you see that I'm the king. When I step up, you see how I swing. Kinda like Mike on a good night. If you wanna step up, you better stay right. Or we about to stay tonight, so thinking. And yeah, you got the city just breaking. All type of movement, all type of records. If you don't know, third degree is kind of reckless. And I step up and I eat beats like breakfast. If you don't know, yes, I might catch the necklace. That was me back in my prime. Right now, you see it right now, one of the illest of all time. One by one, yes, they can get through like bubble gum, but they just sit back and they look double dumb. They trying to beg for light, but like I said right now, I'm not thinking for light. They got here trying to pay for grits and fuel. Oh my gosh, you can never try to walk in my shoes. Look at these dudes, yes, we just snatching your shoes. And you already seen third breaking all rules. Oh, don't get it confused with those clowns no longer around. Like I said, we like rock. We get around and we just stepping in your town. We viral. If you don't know, yes, I say it. We're viral. If you don't see what I got, give you an eyeful. That's just me. Third degree shooting like a rifle. Yes, I'm hitting all targets. If you don't know, but yes, you can walk it. You can go and get it. Nobody specific. If you don't like it, kiss my ass. You can lick it. I don't need to be so damn nasty, but I can't let no beat going past me. And I'm just freestyling, wilding off the top. Like I said, right now we about to take it out, but we about to give it to the king of pop. Mike check, as you see right now, we back in full effect. Third degree about to go ahead and take it there. We got Quest standing on business tonight, man. We got Method X about to flex, and right now we're just waiting on this Jess. Sit next, get the smooth king. Yes, that's it right now. You know what we bring. Oh, we about to go ahead and let it go. One by one, let's go and start the show. Whoa. What's good, y'all? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? We are back. How has your week been? Good, dog.
What's going on?
BY3, we back in full effect. Yeah.
Feeling better?
Oh yeah, I'm good this week, man. You know what I'm saying? I seen y'all last week trying to, sneak this and what I'm saying, hit me with the Aubrey Graham quotes and shit. But it's good. I'm back, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all freshed up everything.
Hey, don't worry. Hey, look, I got some lessons for you this week. Don't you worry.
I didn't say that.
I did.
That's him. That's.
Oh yeah, I got a dissertation for you this week. Don't you worry. We're gonna have to. I'm gonna go ISO cam and everything. I'm gonna kick both of y'all off the stage and go ISO cam, and y'all gonna get this work.
Oh man.
In my Loaded Lux voice, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get this work.
Man, well, we glad you back. We glad you feeling good, man. What's good, y'all? What's up to the Facebook family? What up to the YouTubers out there? We see you.
Oh, how y'all doing? How y'all feeling, family?
Man.
Oh, thank you, Miss Cheryl. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Hey, all jokes aside, man, your presence was missed, man. We had some great topics last week. And I definitely we appreciate your thoughts, views, and opinions, even if other folks may be afraid to or are not really ready to digest or ingest what my boy's about to relegate to the masses. If they don't like it, they can kiss his black asses. Because he just might be black and thicker than molasses. I don't know. We talk about that brother with the good lasses right there.
I appreciate that. You're not the good lasses, right? You know what I'm saying?
With the good lasses.
I appreciate it, man. I was low key kind of mad I missed that one because that was a good show. You guys did amazing. You know what I'm saying? The conversation was heavy. It was on point. You know what I mean? I think you guys tackled it pretty well. So, you know what I mean? Shouts out to you brothers holding it down, man, because that was a good show. Yeah, you guys had me laughing. When I watched the playback, I was cracking up, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And if you are feeling underneath the weather like my FBA brother, you could always hit the rebroadcast and watch our black and half white nation asses. Yes.
With the glasses.
With the glasses. You know what I'm saying? Put on your glasses so you can, you know what I'm saying, see real good what's going on.
Yes. Well, tonight, we got to go in. As you can see, I got my MJ shirt on tonight. RIP to the King of Pop. The newly highly controversial Michael Jackson biopic, Michael, has just been released, starring his nephew Jafar Jackson, Coleman Domingo, Nia Long, got Lorenz Tate in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, all directed by Antoine Fuqua. You know what I'm saying? Produced by Graham King. The dude who did Bohemian Rhapsody. You know, so definitely has people talking, just like anything Michael Jackson related, it has people talking. So, you know, we're going to dedicate this show to that. We want to have an in-depth discussion about this movie. Was it a good idea to put out? You know, how was it? You know, I'm gonna try to hold off and wait for Jess to get here so we can get. I've been waiting to hear her thoughts, views, and opinion. But you know, definitely. But also too, you know, a lot of people are talking about what was not in the movie. So you know, we'll save that. We just, you know, as you know, it's about this time. We just gotta get a little ratchet. So make sure you guys hit the like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you share this out with your people. Share this into your Facebook groups. The best way to ever get anything out is to network. Hey, because we go viral without trying or buying, unlike some other folks. People got to pay for clicks and views. We ain't got to do that around here. We do it naturally and organically. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Shots fired? I mean,
bang, bang. I do it all the time.
Wasn't me. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, the words.
Hands up, don't shoot.
The thoughts and audios have came out from Third Degree, king3rd.com, or Gmail, king3rdd at gmail.com. Get at me. Bang, bang. That's all I do. All right. All right, y'all. Let's get into some ratchetness, y'all. Let's go.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Third Degree. We're back with more ratchet news. Well, some of it's ratchet, some of it's not, but we still got to speak on it. So, let's go.
Well, kicking off the ratchet of ratchetness, Caitlyn Jenner says her passport came back marked male under Trump's gender policy. Now she's reaching out for help. Crazy, right? Moving on. Ice Cube and Chris Tucker's sons recreate Friday iconic scene in preparation for the NFL draft, and it was kind of nostalgic. So, is this the premise of the new Last Friday movie? We shall see. All right, moving on. American streamer Johnny Smalley sentenced to a labor prison in South Korea after he disrespected a monument honoring women who were essayed and trafficked during wartime, and as his dumbass should. All right, moving on. After Ice Spice's recent assault at McDonald's, she said this wouldn't have happened at Wendy's, and she might be correct. Just she kind of looked like Wendy's. She should be the new face of Wendy's, you know? Hey, just my thoughts. Moving on. NYC Mayor Zohran Madani links with former President Barack Obama to read the kids in the Bronx. Salute to both. All right, moving on. Woman says her husband wants to take his biological child on a trip for graduating, but not his stepchild. Is he wrong or right? We'll talk about this on the show. Moving on. Speaking of children, Pusha T and his wife Virginia welcomed their second son. Congrats to both of them. Dude keeps winning. You know what I mean? All right, moving on. The owner of Destination Smokehouse flexes their new chicken after letting Mr. Tenderism go. He's trying to get that old thing back, right? I don't know. What y'all think? Moving on. FBI Director Kash Patel files $50 million defamation lawsuit against The Atlantic. Crying, aren't we? Moving on. There's a new cult labeled FBA seeking validation has been rejected by white supremacy. Oh, crazy, right? Moving on. Tekashi Rat 9 gives couple $250K for daughter's heart transplant. Hey, shout out to him for that act alone. All right, moving on. Speaking of rats, Gucci Mane met with Rat Chance at his first appearance after Pooh Shiesty arrest. Man, streets have no love, right? Moving on. If this ain't ratchet, man. This man got married to 4 women at the same time, and things went wrong during the night when he discovered all 4 wives were transgender. I don't know if this is true or not, but it just sounds ratchet enough to put in the news, right? Hey, moving on. Well, I guess this is all part of Drake's rollout for his new album, Iceman. But Drake refuses to let Not Like Us go. Files another appeal in ongoing case, argues his disses weren't as malicious. You said he beat his wife, and the kid wasn't his. What are you talking about? This dude, man. All right, can't catch a break, Drake. Anyway, moving on. Apple CEO Tim Cook to step down after more than a decade. All right, moving on. Influencer Gracie Bond revealed she pays an assistant $10K a month to help wipe her backside because she can't reach. This sounds like a shitty job. Would y'all be down to do it for $10K? Moving on. Eminem celebrates 18 years of sobriety. Shout out to him. All right, moving on. Mary J. Blige admits she used to be a monster and treated people so bad early in her career, says it was humbling to apologize to everyone she mistreated. Hey, shout out to her. Accountability is real, and she's taking the steps for it. So, much appreciated, and shout out to her. Moving on. Dave Chappelle is considering bringing back Chappelle's Show movie with Eddie Murphy as Charlie Murphy. They should do that, man. Come on, man. Let's make it happen. Eddie, you've done movies with everybody, including Dave Chappelle, but this would be next level, you know? But moving on. Tucker Carlson apologizes for endorsing President Trump. I bet half of America is right now at this point, especially with them gas prices, right? All right, moving on. Actor Russell Brand admits to sleeping with a 16-year-old when he was 30. Like, why did you feel the need to tell that? I think we need more context to this, but still just a weirdo, right? All right, moving on. Nia Long says, sign the NDA, eat it, and sign. Folks talk too much. I agree. I couldn't agree more. And if it was you, I'm pretty sure anybody would eat it and sign. All right, moving on. Things went left for a young man as he swings on a Navy soldier trained for hand-to-hand combat, and he was using the N-word, you know? And I think he got rightfully what he deserved, and it was a beat down. As you know, I was going for the Navy guy. Yeah, I was going for the Navy guy with this one. You know, beat the N-word out of him. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it goes down. Moving on. Shout out to Dre Michelle as she trades ratchetness and thoughting and gold digging for a culinary era. You know what I'm saying? She's going to culinary school to become a chef and do something with her 15 minutes of fame. Shout out to her for real. Not seriously. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, go get it, man. Moving on. Mass gunman pulled off with $1.8 million in armored truck heist in Philadelphia. Man, they got the bag. And you know, with today's technology, they about to get got. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, moving on. Kendrick Johnson's parents just filed a $10 billion lawsuit against accusing federal judges of covering up his unaliving, as they should. All right, moving on. Speaking of dump truck, Trump administration reclassifies medical marijuana. Ooh, crazy. All right, moving on. Jada Pinkett Smith wants Will Smith's ex-best friend to pay her legal bills. Man, it just don't stop with her, right? Moving on. Kenya Moore reportedly evicted. Hair spa shut down after legal battle. Crazy. Moving on. 11-year-old cowgirl made history on the first nationally televised black rodeo. Salute to her. Moving on. Paul Pierce acknowledges paternity in custody dispute. Wheelchair got it up, huh? All right, moving on. Man, they just can't let him be. Jermaine Jackson could be on the hook for $6.5 million after allegedly ghosting a SA lawsuit. Crazy, right? But speaking of Jacksons, and speaking of Jafar specifically, Michael is out, the new Michael Jackson biopic, and it has critics saying that they left out child allegations and whatever, but the crowd, the people who are actually going to see it have given it A-. So we're going to talk about right here how this defines Michael Jackson's legacy with those past accusations. Is he still the greatest? What's your favorite Michael Jackson song? We're going to talk about it all right now. So, all right, y'all, let's get to it. Wait, I forgot to add two more things, though. Laura Loomer calls Candace Owens a nappy-headed black bee. Man, finally talking her truth, right? But I can't get mad at her because it's Candace Owens. This is what she signed up for, you know what I mean? But, hey, it is what it is. She ain't black. So, anyway, moving on. And last but not least, David is finally indicted for the unaliving of Celeste Rivas Hernandez and could receive the unalive penalty himself. So it's been a long time coming. I think LAPD was like, we're tired of waiting around, blah, blah, blah. And you know what? I kind of agree with him on this one. The district attorney was taking way too long. And LAPD said, nah, we going to get him now. So forced them to start pressing charges and they're indicting him. You know what I mean? So, all right, let's get back to it. Anyway, I'm Third Degree, and that's been your Ratchet News. Enjoy the show. Yo, we are back.
Let's get it, man. Shout out to Eminem for his sobriety, man. That's a big thing. And also, Mary J. Blige, man. You know, most celebrities would never speak on that part. You know what I'm saying? That's some real accountability. I can appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah. Bring back the Chappelle Show. Bring it back. Bring it back. I got me excited about that, man. We need that back.
Hey, man, if Eddie Murphy plays Charlie Murphy, like definitely.
Yeah, that'd be really dope. That'd be really dope.
Nah, that'd be fire. You know what I'm saying? A remix of the Chappelle Show would be amazing because both of those dudes are great with their creativity and creating characters and stuff like that. I could just imagine what their set would be like. It'd be
There's
fire.
gonna be a bidding war for that show, bro. There's gonna be a bidding war for that.
Definitely. And the dope thing about it is too is that he'll bring it back on his terms.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Hey, ownership is key.
Man. What's up, Jess? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How about
you awake? I'm doing good.
I'm tired, but I'm doing pretty good.
Oh yeah.
How are you, Quest? Are you better?
Oh yeah, I'm better now, man. You know what I'm saying? As you get old, man, sometimes you gotta go in for an oil change, man. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm better now. I appreciate it.
You had someone check your oil, bro?
Huh?
You had someone check your oil?
Nah.
Wait a minute, what are you talking about?
Hey, pause. Hey,
big pause.
What are you talking about? Oil change.
Yeah, what else y'all seen the ratchetness?
Oh man.
Why are you throwing shade at old girl who's going to culinary school?
It's no shade. Well, yeah, again, because it's bittersweet because I mean she's the epitome of like ratchet, you know, like basketball wife, not really married to nobody, just the thought, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, and getting with younger dudes just to get a check for the NBA, you know what I'm saying, just you know, hood rat. But you know, but at the same time, she's making a pivot, and I think she wants to be known more than that. And especially she's going to culinary school, she can create her own brand, create some restaurants, create some recipes and stuff. So it's a good transition, you know what I'm saying? And I really applaud that. Just she has a lot of baggage though from the past. But hey, we all make mistakes, we all do things, we all grow. It's about evolution. So I'm proud of her for that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great thing.
The things that didn't involve is his microphone and his connection. He's sound like the robot over there, bro.
Megatron.
My bad.
No.
Nah.
No. Your thing is glitchy, bro. Like visually and audio wise.
All right, we'll take you off until we can get you back right. I'm not sure what's going on. It could be the Wi-Fi. Speaking of which, make sure, hey, shout out to everybody, to the Facebook, to YouTubers. I mean, the viewers are already in. I guess people want to hear what we have to say about this Michael Jackson thing and what else we got going. So, hey, I forgot to put the dang on link. But okay, on Facebook for the Facebook crowd. If you want to come on as a guest, the link is in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? It's pinned. If you want to come on, if you're using your phone, make sure you're using your headphone because it will work as a microphone that picks up on everything. Make sure you're in a nice, good, quiet spot. Make sure you're next to your Wi-Fi so we can avoid buffering and all that other good stuff, especially if you're saying something good. We don't want you in the middle of it to be... we don't want any of that. So just make sure your Wi-Fi is popping. Make sure you're nice, you're near it, and whatever. The best thing for you to do if you're gonna come on is use your laptop or use your desktop with your camera. You know what I'm saying? It picks up the best sound, best audio, best visual, everything. So, but also too, if you're coming on camera, make sure that you turn your camera on. There's no eating on camera. We can't have chewing because the mics pick up everything. Drinking is fine. Make sure you're avoiding like crumpling paper or anything because again, it bleeds into the show. We can't have no music playing in the background because we, could get penalized. Also too, just know that, it's cool to agree to disagree. It's all good. Everybody has their thoughts, views, and opinions. It's a safe place for it. This is just one of these things where we come and we just have fun. It's a Friday night, you know what I'm saying? for those who are responsible adults, we've been working all week. So this is the place where you can come, let your hair down, wine and have some fun. But we want to make sure we keep it respectable. We don't want no vulgar language because, again, we don't know who is watching. We got tons of people watching. So we just want to make sure we just have a fun, good time, but we don't want to be too extreme. You feel me?
But back to the ratchet. How do you marry 4 people in one day and find out they got some peen, bro? Like, how's that possible, dude?
That's
how's that possible, dude?
That's just nasty.
Like, he talking about I didn't know until surprise.
How you not know, bro?
Yeah, he knew. He knew.
And he thought he was doing something too. Like, I got 4 of them, got 4 little baddies. You know what I'm saying? About to tear them up. Then they turned around and said, "No, we about to tear you up."
he knew, bro. He knew, man. Heck nah. He over there looking like a chicken on a rotisserie, bro. He knew. That's wild.
I'll pass on that one. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
And why would it? And if you really didn't know, why would you let that story get out, bro? Like, there would be no witnesses, bro. Like, I would never tell nobody. I'm like, whoa, that's the craziest thing that ever happened.
You know what? They must have been drunk. They must have been drunk off of this.
Uncle Nearest Premium Whiskey is a brand of Tennessee. Whiskey honoring Nathan, Nearest Green, the first known African-American master distiller. The Nearest Green Distillery, located in Shelbyville, Tennessee, is the world's first distillery named after an African-American. Green is credited with perfecting the Lincoln County process, a charcoal mellowing method that defines Tennessee whiskey's smoothness. Get your bottle today.
Yo, with mushroom coffee being on the rise as of late, I guess the best way to go is with Rise Coffee. And DJ Method X has teamed up with Rise Coffee, so make sure you use promo code METHODXSD15. Also, check out Method on TikTok at MethodXSD. Also on Twitch TV at MethodXX619. Let's go.
Here, $75 there, $40 here. That's what I would see at the end of every month on my budgeting apps. And I would always feel guilty because I would think to myself, why didn't you spend that to pay down debt? And the truth is, I just really didn't think about it. Like most people, I was just paying down my minimums and then called myself budgeting and looking at what I was spending at the end of every month. But only paying down your minimums is a financial death trap. And all my budgeting app was doing was telling me what I already spent. I needed a tool that was going to look at my income, my monthly recurring bills, and my monthly spending and say, hey, you've got a surplus of $50. Why don't you put that towards a credit card bill? It's going to save you 3 weeks in payoff time. It's going to take away 10% interest, and it's going to save you an extra $15 a month. I didn't see a tool like that. And so I made one. It's called ClearPath. If you want to check it out and you want to get out of debt too, check out the link in my bio or go to whatsmysurplus.com and let's get out of debt together.
Excited today, you guys, to have the mayor of San Bernardino at Melba Soul Food Kitchen. She come and get some chicken. I told her the chicken is what keeps us moving forward. You have something to say, Mayor?
I do. I am the mayor of City of San Bernardino, and I am honored to be here to try some chicken that is specialty here, so I'm excited.
And guess what? She don't know she gets 6 pieces of chicken and 2 sides for only $10.
Wow, that's a deal.
So we gonna service her whole office with $10 plates. Thank you again, Mayor.
Thank you.
God
Thank
bless
you. Thank you.
It's come to my attention that everyone's calling me a troll. Some have said even king of trolls. First of all, I'm flattered, but I'm done with all that. I would never do a deal with DoorDash and quite literally deliver beef when millions of people are watching. I mean, who would do something like that? I'm not delivering quality beef. It's more of an art than science. Don't want to be too obvious. It's all about timing, and I'm always on time. Oh, it's Doug Holmes. What a coincidence. No matter what kind of beef you have going on this week, remember DoorDash delivers. And you know what goes great with beef? A bottle of this beautiful Branson cognac, aged 4 years. or 50 months? Who's keeping count?
Yo, we are back. We are back. We are back.
That was good product placement. Right? I'm gonna give you a thumbs up on that transition in the Uncle Nearest commercial. That was great.
Had to get to it. Had to get to it. And
That was real
they've
good.
been copyright striking me on some of these videos. I'm like, dang, the background, really? Seriously? You know what I'm saying? So I got to be kind of careful about what I play and what I don't play. I got to go back in and redo these videos. They trying to make me work. Dang you, YouTube.
Hey, man. If you ain't got no haters, you ain't working on nothing.
I'm trying to tell you. But, man. All right, y'all. So tonight's big thing, we're talking about the Michael Jackson biopic. Me and Jess, we seen it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yep. But then also too, you know what I'm saying? Is there anything that we should recap from last week or what? Or should we just get right into it or whatever?
Well, let's take care of
it.
Now I was gonna say let's take care of Mike first, and then we can do some recaps after that. Y'all gonna bring little man in. I want to hear his opinion of the movie too. You know what I'm saying?
Man, he was up there. He was ready to go. He got in his little suit. Was saying,
Right.
"Mommy, you taking too long. Hurry up." Went out there to go moonwalk. He might be out there with his shades so he could be cool. Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
Man,
he was looking real fly. You know what I'm saying? The young MJ. You did. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. That made me laugh so hard when I seen it. I said, "Look at this little dude." But, it just proves how timeless Mike was, though. You know what I mean? Because Mike been gone longer than he's been alive, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Some things are just untouchable. So, you know what I mean? But go ahead, man, because I ain't seen it yet. And I'm curious about what y'all thought.
Well, so for all purposes, I can't necessarily, play the video with the music. You know what I'm saying? But here goes a clip just of kind of like what we had going on that day.
oh, he was dressed up. He's ready to go.
Hey,
Yeah,
man.
so-
I ain't gonna lie. He if that's what we looking forward to, he played the hell out that part.
Hey,
I thought those was the low key the original clips for a second. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, man. So first off, critics before the movie, because of course, they had the premiere in Germany and all that good stuff, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like they definitely tried to pan it and say, oh, it's fantasy. They didn't talk about the allegations, all this, whatever. They literally, but it seemed like the minute even before the movie came out, critics had something to say. And it's just crazy because it's like it seems like the media really has like an agenda against MJ. You know what I'm saying? Like they couldn't wait just to be salacious with their reviews, with the headlines and all this other stuff to try to deter it. You know what I'm saying? But for folks like us, again, I grew up off MJ. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely wanted to see what it was about. So, my humble opinion, you know what I'm saying? Like as far as the movie and the storyline, I truly believe that it could have been a little bit more in depth. They could have told so many things from for me personally, I wanted to know what made Michael Jackson, the essence of it. And I know, with me, I've read so many books, I've read so many magazines, watched so many documentaries and movies, you know what I'm saying? But I know that, there was times when, he felt isolated or, again, the times when he was performing in strip clubs and stuff in Gary, Indiana, you know what I'm saying? And things like that as a young kid. I wanted to see the making, I wanted something to be a little bit more relatable. And it was essentially a little bit of fluff. And I get why it had to be fluff because again, they're trying to make it a family-friendly movie, because for kids like, for the JRs and the other little kids out there who really like are really infatuated with Michael Jackson, I get it. But still, we still could have had like a good storyline. Even when they ended it when they did, there was so much drama within the victory tour itself. You know how Mike was trying to fight for creativity, but yet he was still latched on to his family. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, despite what people try to insinuate or paint, Mike had a love life. He was dating Stephanie Mills during the Wiz. You know what I'm saying? Like, or he had crushes on people. Like they could have touched on that. It seemed like they kind of glossed over it a little bit, like the depthness of it, the storyline. But other than that, for what it is, they still have a whole nother movie that they need to make and that they're going to make. So, hey, maybe they might get into it more so with that one. But if you're trying to showcase his legacy and who he is, then great. I give it a B, maybe for the storyline. Now, for Jafar Jackson, and I'm going to say this because I have a personal connection. I met this dude years ago, I think 2013. I got to walk in with the Jacksons and I met him, and such a cool, young, humble dude. Who would have thought that, some years later that he would be playing his uncle in a biopic? You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, man, that dude did an amazing job. I was wondering, like, about nepotism and can he pull it off? This is his first major movie. He's not an actor. He can dance a little bit. He has mannerisms like Mike, but can he pull it off? And you could tell, like, the dedication, the hard work, the training that he put himself through to get this right. It's like when you realize that it's him, you have a deep thinking of like, man, he probably thought like, man, I got the weight of my uncle's legacy on my shoulders. I got to represent. So whether he was tired, he probably went an extra mile to train, but he made sure that he represented well. And I think he represented him to the fullest. Amazing. 10 out of 10.
All right, Jess, what you got? We don't want to hear third no more. What you got, Jess? How do you feel about the movie? You know what I'm saying?
For me, I feel like it was really an amazing movie. I like how they, I guess, watered it down and I kind of had a feeling it would be. That's why I let my youngest come watch it. I'm kind of glad that they did water it down so that this alpha generation could watch it. You know what I mean? I mean, their parents may let them watch whatever they want. Who knows? But for parents like me who actually care about what is, fed into your child's mind, I'm glad that they kind of like watered it down a little bit. It would have been cool to see, like he said, whoever he dated. I want to know who Dirty Diana is. I need the dirt on that. I kind of have an idea, but I need hard facts.
There is an alleged infatuation with a certain Supreme singer.
Alleged.
Alleged.
I
and
to know that
he was a little heartbroken that she got married and kind of went wild her way. So Dirty Diana. But
So yeah, I loved the movie. I would definitely go see it again. I was talking to my coworker this morning about it, and she asked, "Oh, is it sad?" And I was like, "Oh, no, not really." And then she mentioned the beginning of the movie, how Joe Jackson is just beating the crap out of Michael, And I say, yeah, well, that's how things were back then, So.
Yeah.
How long was it?
You said one more time?
How long was the movie?
I couldn't tell you. Let's say it started at 7:00.
2 hours.
It was 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got out there sometime at like 9.
9:15.
Oh, hard to excuse the funk out of me.
Hey, I had to get ready for work. I had to get the boy ready for bed to go to school. I was clocking it.
She said I was clocking it.
I love Michael, but I was clocking it because I had to be to work the next day. So
All right, we got a few comments. Hey, also too, if you guys are watching, hey, the views are up. People are tuned what we call the funk in right now. Thank you for tuning in. Hit the like, share, subscribe button. You're on Facebook, hit the like, share, and then don't be afraid to jump into these comments and drop your thoughts, views, and opinions. If you've seen the movie, hey, try to talk about it without giving any spoilers. You know what I'm saying? But give your honest feedback about what you thought. Hop in these comments, share with your people, share. Dwayne says it won't be a TV show, it'll be a film about the show. I'm not sure what you're talking to. I think we kind of
talking about the Chappelle Show thing.
Oh, okay, yeah. Bet. Okay, we'll circle back with that one. Cheryl says saw the movie and was surprised. I actually liked and enjoyed it. Lots of good memories. That's good. She also said they did gloss over some things, but music overall was good. Acting, especially the actor playing Joseph. You talking about Domin Domingo or Domingo Coleman? My fault. I said I know it's some kind of
Coleman. It's Domingo. Coleman Domingo. Yep.
All right, and she's replying Diana Ross allegedly. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I heard.
Without giving too much away, because I haven't seen it yet. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll probably wait till it come on at the house. But when it hits streaming,
wait. Toothpick. Hold that real quick. Pay the movie, pay the money, go see it IMAX. Because again, you're talking about the music. The last scene, I'm gonna say it like this, I give so much away, but with the music, the drums were like live, they were hitting different. The picture is like dope. You feel like as if you're literally like right there. But the sound, the acoustics of it, go see it in IMAX. It's worth it.
Okay. I'll take you up on that. I do like a good IMAX. I'm saying I ain't gonna hold you. They do. IMAX do hit different.
It hits, man.
Yeah, IMAX do hit different.
I remember watching Sinners in
IMAX.
IMAX.
That's what I was about to say. I watched Sinners in IMAX, and it was like, I watch it at the house now. It don't be that exciting to me no more. Man, I'm trying to go back to the theater one time because that thing, I need to set my house up.
I got my sound bar, but yeah, still don't hit as better as the sound as the IMAX though. You know?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But no, I was going to ask, without giving too many spoilers, what is something that you would have liked to see in the movie, like specifically?
I'll let you go first, Jess.
Oh, you can go first.
Well, excuse me. Like I said, I had a scholarship for drama. You know what I'm saying? Drama was getting ready to be one of my majors. So again, like the one thing I wanted to see was just a good storyline. And especially they could have really cultivated it around the Victory Tour. There's so much drama with the Victory Tour. Like, especially shout out to Dion Cole, who played Don King. I think he was a perfect Don King. You know what I'm saying? Like, he came through and represented, but it was so much. The one thing I wish they would have had like story arcs. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially with Joseph. I think Joseph is one of the most misunderstood dudes. Yes, was he extreme? True. But at the same time, there was a reason behind it. You know what I'm saying? And I think they could have got more in depth with that. Like, why was he so driven to push his kids to stardom? And from what I've known from talking with people and from reading, he wanted to get them out of Gary. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had dreams of being a musician, and he ended up working in the steel mill, working 2 or 3 jobs, sometimes not even able to provide food on the table for his family. So I think essentially what drove him was that he wanted to do something better for his children, and he wanted to push them to greatness. And I think he gets I think he gets a bad rap, and people forget the one thing I would have liked for the film to show was that Michael actually got his shrewd business sense from Joe. You know, he started making some of these business decisions because he learned from Joseph. Good and bad, however you want to take it. The beatings and whoopings were extreme, but he did learn some good business regimen from him and work ethic.
So my 3 cents on that, I feel like he was trying to live his dream through his kids, which is not good.
It's quite possible.
It's possible.
It's quite possible. I think I lean in more towards what Third is saying. Like I think they gave Joe Jackson a horrible rap over the years about how hard and how disciplined he was with his children. Especially because when you come up in like the inner city and you have children and especially boys, right? There's a certain level of discipline you have to have in your household, because when you don't, they end up being outside and they turn into the kids that society says that we need to get a hold of. And why is the Black community or all these young men out here running? Like I think Joe did the best with what he was capable and the knowledge base that he had of being a father that wanted his kids to have the best and not taking no slack to because none of his kids really hit the streets. You dig? So and I think the media overcompensated because other communities don't really whoop their kids in the shows. And you know what I'm saying? I think Joe did, a lot of what was necessary, maybe a little overreach sometimes, but I think he did it all in good faith, to be honest. That's just my opinion.
And what are your thoughts, Rob?
I don't know anything about it. I mean, I don't know what was his control. I mean, from what I've seen from previous shows and everything else, he looked like a controlling dad. I mean, to be honest with you, whether he got a bad rap on it, I don't know. I don't know what his percentage was. But it wasn't like keeping the kids out of the street. They weren't allowed to date even when they're adults. He was criticizing, the brothers or who they're dating, the blah, 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 put downs. I don't know if that's true or not. It just, like I said, I don't know if they gave him a bad rap or if that really what it was. So if that was what it really was, then yeah, dude. I mean, did he push his kids? Yeah, but was he controlling too? Yeah, and abusive.
Yeah.
So
I mean, two things can be true at the same time.
So I mean, did he? But I will not debate you on did he learn business sense. It'd be hard not to learn business sense when you're around.
He was shrewd. He was shrewd.
So
it's essentially like if you read some of the deals that he made, like one of the things that he was getting ready to do, he was getting ready to buy Marvel, you know what I'm saying, and it got screwed up by his lawyer. But I mean, to literally some of the things as far as like contracts, even how he was with Don King, it's essentially as if the student became the pupil, which is what led to his firing. You know what I'm saying? Like Mike literally had a good business regimen, and people again, and Joe made some bad deals too, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I think he was definitely trying to look out and do what's best for his family. Was he extreme? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's no doubt.
So I didn't know what to expect from the movie on how much they're going to cover, but from what I've seen, it's just basically him trying to find his voice as a solo artist, and from there. So when I watch the movie, I'm gonna watch it expecting that, and that's it.
Right.
And which I mean, I heard it's watered down. I heard they left a lot out, and they should have did this, they should have did that,
for good reason, and we're going to talk about that too. Well, hold up real quick. We got some comments real quick. I don't mean to cut you off. Hold that thought real quick because I definitely want to see what you got to say. Cheryl says, I would have liked to see the relationship with the brothers and Mike. It's complex. I can tell you that. Let's see. Joseph lived vicariously through his kids. Parents back then, old school, was if you didn't whip your kids, you didn't love them. That could be true. She also says sometimes you have to set the tone that daddy and mommy are the boss. My rules. Shout out to Pops. You know what I'm saying? He came through. He was trying not to waste opportunity. He was willing to pay dysfunction for financial gain, all with good intentions. Cheryl says today's called abuse, but back then it was called growing up black.
That's what I told my coworker.
But if what I was saying, going back to what I was saying, if they are going to make a sequel to this, I want a truthful sequel. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them. If they're going to sit here and claim allegations, like what Charlemagne said, I want all those facts in there, like the 17 years of being investigated and nothing.
Wait. You're kind of segueing a little bit. You're kind of segueing. Hold up. I got it right here. So, what he's talking about, for those that are maybe coming in, tuning in, we're talking about Michael Jackson. The biopic has accusations hurt his career. Was Joe Jackson a good father? All this stuff we're talking about tonight. But so what he's talking about was there was a good chunk of the movie, or actually, no, from what we know, Antoine Fuqua came out and said that they had to do some reshoots. They cost them $15 million to reshoot because essentially the third act involved the accusations from 1993. But there was a clause that was in the settlement agreement that said that it could not be depicted in any type of movies. So they had to cut that part out and they had to re-edit and do the movie the way they did it. So it goes up from when he was a child up until like the bad era. And then, spoiler alert, but they say his story continues. Now, what they're banking off of is if this movie does well, which of course is Michael Jackson, he's a global icon, it's going to do well. Then they're saying that it's going to be a part 2. But because of what they shot, they have enough film for a part 2. They probably have to go in and add some stuff, but they want to go ahead and do this as quick as possible to maybe have it out, maybe, from what I heard, by the end of the year, maybe like sometime in December. Maybe. So.
I wish they would have put the Wiz in there.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Did they say they had to take that out also?
I'm not.
Third.
They had to cut out Diana Ross. They had Cat Graham was Cat Graham was set to play. She's a great actress too. Set to play Diana Ross, but they had to cut it out for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? But from what Rob is talking about, saying, and again, the critics, the reason why they slammed it was because it made no mention of the 1993 allegations that happened. Mind you, when the movie stops, it stops in 1988. 1988. So this is long before 1993. But so there was no accusations to be had. So this is what they were up there trying to say. Well, it whitewashed and da. But at the end of the day, what Charlemagne is saying, what we now know, is that the FBI investigated Michael Jackson for 13 years and found nothing. A jury acquitted him of all 14 accounts in 2005, but the media still treats him as guilty. Why do you think that is?
I mean,
Because he's
listen.
black.
Well, now.
You beat Quest to the punch.
I wasn't gonna say that, but that's up there. It's definitely you know what I'm saying? What was that? Family Feud is definitely in the top 3. You know what I'm saying? Flip the board. But no, I was gonna say, man, it's crazy. That the Neverland Ranch and all this behavior. And, 13 years of investigation, you ain't find nothing. But meanwhile, some dude had a whole island. You know what I'm saying? Full of little kids, and didn't nobody know Jack. You know what I mean? That just strikes me as odd. Call it what you want. You know what I mean? Somebody had a whole private island. They're just flying kids in and out. And we over here at Neverland Ranch eating popcorn and riding the Ferris wheel and kicking. Yeah, like, come on, man. Cut it out, man.
They definitely try to sabotage him big time, man. It was some crazy ass stories. there's some, and that's all they were stories. So unless people want to go back and really look at it and actually watch the trial and watch the investigation, the testimonies that really happened, and they just want to go by hearsay, then that's on them.
No,
you know?
Rob, you brought up a good point. And since we're going to take a deep dive into it, so what you're talking about is the 2005 trial. Now, I went back, and again, this is me. If he did, then, you know, you're talking about a guy who's a fan of somebody who's sitting in jail right now. And, you know, again, reality is reality. If he did it, then he did it. You know what I'm saying? But I want to read and know all about what happened with the case, all this other stuff. Now, again, with the first accusations, it's so many gray areas. And did he make some bad choices? Yes. MJ made a lot of bad choices. And I think he put himself in a predicament to where it cost him dearly. But I do wish that he would have fought that case because he was, from what I read, he was angry that he had to settle. He had lawyers, he had managers and labels saying settle, 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 settle. And he went along with it, but he threw a hissy fit. Like he literally was throwing stuff, throwing tantrum because he did not want to settle. He was that upset. He wanted to fight it, but he needed to go away because he had an album out, had a tour going on, all this other stuff, and it was going to cost him. But the 2005 trial, he said, no, oh no, we're going to fight this. You know, because again, he invited a documentarian to come in, and they had that Living with Michael Jackson things where they tried to show, it was like reality show. And again, even him had salacious intent. We're trying to make him look like a predator, all this other stuff. And then next, you know, here comes these allegations. But, you know, a lot of these things too, it goes, Michael Jackson touched me. He touched me. He did this. But then I want to sue for $15 million, $2 billion to wipe away my stress and my emotional pain. Like, really? $2 million? Like, even with the first case with the Jordy Chandler, it is on tape. His father is talking to his lawyer saying, like, yeah, you know, if I go public with this, it's gonna be big, it's gonna be huge, you know, because essentially what he tried to do was he wanted Michael to produce a movie for him. For a lot of folks don't know, Robin Hood Men in Tights was a story by him, by Jordy Chandler's father. So he tried to get 20 million for Michael to make a movie. Mike was like, nah, I don't want to do that. Then next thing you know, here come these accusations. And so what was the settlement for? It was for allegedly was for like 22 million, I believe, or 25 million or so. You know?
Always follow the money. Always follow the money. Yeah. Only in America can you be proven innocent and still be
robot again, bro.
Oh man, come on. Ah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
No, I was saying only in America can you be found not guilty by a jury of your peers and still be guilty.
Yep.
It just doesn't make sense.
The justice system doesn't make sense, man.
Because he's black.
Cheryl said, because he black. So I don't know. But yeah, so this is what the critics were telling us not to go see the movie, or it was horrible, the negative reviews, because they wanted this stuff brought into a movie, you know, saying that was executive produced by the estate, you know, that had his eldest son involved, his brothers, Jackie, Jermaine, Tito, Marlon, Latoya are all executive producers in this pick. Somebody good thing over there moving? So yeah, so I mean, this is what they're saying. The Michael Jackson movie can't avoid the King of Pop's inherent creepiness. Wait. What up, Steven? How you doing? He said there's two courts in this country, the court of law and the court of public opinion. Facts. Facts. especially when you're a person like Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
Especially when the mainstream media that court of public opinion very biasly. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't stand a chance.
Yep.
But you know, the thing is with MJ, he protected his image so much to where he wanted to be loved by everybody, black, white, Asian, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And at one point he was America's darling. You know, what do you think, in your opinion, made the media turn on MJ?
I feel like they're always trying to look for something. You know what I mean? No matter who it is, no matter what race, but I think especially for black people, they're trying to look for something to pin on you. You know what I mean? And I feel like fast forward, if he really did what people are allegedly saying that he did, they definitely would have found him guilty because he's black. Come on now. Wikipedia. Look at R. Kelly. Come on, please.
You know,
I love it, Jess.
I
love
love
it.
the energy. But as funny as that sounds, Jess is actually speaking facts because they went back and essentially locked up R. Kelly. Part of what they locked him up for was for marrying a 15-year-old Aaliyah.
That's real old.
Right.
You're talking about 1994. They
The
went and locked him up in like the 2010s. They locked him up for that one.
Hell, shit. Bill Cosby got to pay some lady $60 million for a dream she had 50 years ago. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the hell are we doing? You know what I mean? Come on now. That's proof enough for me. I'm gonna wake up and say somebody got me too if it come with a bag like that. But no, yeah, it's just to be honest, man. Yeah, I'm not gonna give y'all a lesson. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I mean, from what I remember, there's a lot of bad reporting going on, and everybody was running off of it, trying to make money off of it. Even celebrities were all doing their skits. Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, all of them were making fun of Mikey. Like, it was bad. It was a bad time, man. Like, everyone was cashing in on it because it was a topic. Whether the accusations are true or not, they're running with it because it was a money topic. And that's I mean, that speaks to how big he is, but at the same time, it's pretty bad, bro. I think laws should be made with the media with that, dude. You shouldn't be doing that. Like, reporting on false stuff. You should be fined, licenses taken away. It's not cool.
It's got to be some type of consequences, man.
There have to be major consequences for that.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, the media is one thing, but then for other actors and comedians and all of them, you know, just speaking on it, getting on it, doing skits about it, it was jacked up. It was really jacked up. And, you know, it's ugly. Like, y'all played a part in it. Like, all of them played a part in it. Not singling out just media groups or anything. They all played a part on it.
Well, can I say something real quick? Like,
go ahead, because I got something that's gonna stir up some.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Because I think the turning point was when he crossed Tommy Mottola and went over there and got them publishing rights from Sony in Japan and bypassed all the haters. I think that was the major turning point when he skipped over the handlers here in the U.S. and went straight to the source. And Japan was like, "No, we love you, Mike. What you need? What you want? That's all. Here you go." And I think that was.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
That sums it up.
You're on the right trajectory, but it was a little bit more than that. I believe the ATV Music Publishing Company was somewhere in Europe, I believe, because that was the one that owned the Beatles and all that. I think it was sold to somebody, and then it was up for auction. And Paul McCartney had an opportunity to buy it for 20 million and he declined. So he, Yoko Ono, the widow of John Lennon, went to him like, "Hey, we should buy this," and he said, "No, 20 million is too much." Meanwhile, him and Michael Jackson were actually filming a video called "Say Say Say" at the Sycamore Valley Ranch, which later on became Neverland. And he was telling Michael, he was telling Michael about buying publishing and all this other stuff. That's how you make music. And even if you don't record ever again, you can eat off of your publishing, and especially if you're buying other people's songs. So when it came up and it found out that, hey, ATV Music Publishing was up, and it was like, "Oh, so how much did you say it was worth?" He said 20 million. He told Mike. So he called John Branca, his lawyer. It was like, "Okay, well, let's buy it for 25 million." and he bought it, saying, which essentially, again, they have other songs, but more famously for the Beatles. And so what you're right is that definitely Sony wanted that at that point, but he wouldn't relinquish it. So they had no choice but to partner with him and become a 50-50 partner with him. So it became Sony ATV Music Publishing. So anytime that, they would play the Beatles songs for like Oreo commercial, California Raisins, whatever, Michael Jackson essentially became the fifth Beatle. He got paid first before Paul McCartney, John Lennon, and all the other ones, So again, we're talking about a true business move.
Hey, ain't hate it.
Right. Cheryl says, "Black man getting too big for his britches. Who he think he is, owning the Beatles catalog, selling more than them?" Again, Paul McCartney was his friend too until he did that, and then Paul McCartney had a bad taste with him. Dwayne says, when he started telling people about the behavior of people in entertainment, is when the APB went out for everyone to destroy him.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
What's up, Mama Tucker? How you doing? Oh, you want to know? So yeah, you're right. You're right. It was again this too. So it coincidentally, at some point, Sony tried to buy out Mike, but he refused. Now, I'm not saying that it happened like because of it, but all of a sudden, then we get the accusations in '93. You know what I'm saying? So he settles that. So again, he goes about Mary Lisa Marie, blah blah blah, all this other stuff. And then again, sometime, again, they tried to sell it. They tried to buy it from for 200 million, 250. He refused because it's one of the things that he wanted to do was leave it for his children. He would have rather, unalive, you have to get over my unalive body to get this. And he was shrewd about that. But again, so that didn't happen. So the thing that I didn't like, or that John Branca inserted himself into this movie. Again, what he did in the beginning, helping him acquire the Beatles catalog, good. But the one thing I hope that they tell in the sequel is why he was let go. Mike was pissed off at him because right around the Invincible album, Mike thought in his contract that his masters were going to get reverted back to him. And later found out that that wasn't the case. Sony was trying to say he owed them one more album and all this and that, whatever. And at the same time, he was trying to buy Marvel. What he found out and discovered that John Branca was with a conflict of interest. He was representing not only Mike, but he was representing Sony, allegedly, what I'm saying? And so, yeah, that's the reason why Mike was pissed, because he's like, I thought my rights reverted back to me. So he let him go, and it's just been one of those things.
As he should.
It was a conflict of interest. And so, yeah, so when he found out he didn't own Marvel, because he wanted to be the one to put out the Spider-Man movies. He was a big fan of Marvel. And it just didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So he was a visionary of purports. You know what I'm saying?
And it makes sense because when you watch the movie, well, I don't want to get no spoilers, but just watch the movie.
But the one thing, you ready to come back, Wes? This dude be dipping like Houdini. You know what I'm saying?
I be having stuff to do, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing.
But yes, Cheryl says, didn't Prince teach artists about owning it? He did too.
Did we ever read the comment that said what was it? Michael was on the cusp of
Oh yes, I'm sorry,
uniting
Stephen.
people of all races. I think that's another reason to try to take him out, because they don't want unity. They want us all to fight against each other. And Michael Jackson had a lot of songs about uniting as all races. That was his goal.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. I'm going to take a page out of Mike's book, you know, because he said, and I wish, you know, maybe next show or something, I'm going to get that clip. You know, he said, I didn't start becoming wacko, jacko, or a freak or a pedophile until I bought the Beatles catalog, until I started outselling the Beatles and Elvis and everybody. It wasn't until my record became the biggest selling record in the world that all of a sudden I started becoming a freak and start becoming this and all this other stuff. You want to know how petty Mike is? Mike set up there. He bought the Beatles from his friend, you know, underneath his friend's, you know, legs. He bought his friend's catalog, became the fifth Beatle. Then in 1994, 95, whatever, he turned around and married Lisa Marie Presley and became the son-in-law of Elvis, the quote-unquote king of rock and roll. Not only that, but, you know, I think he owned some songs of Elvis because of his publishing, acquiring, you know what I'm saying? So now he's not only outselling Elvis, but yes, I marry your daughter. And from her recollection, from her accounts, they did have a busted baby relationship. You know what I'm saying? He's beating them cheeks. You know, so just petty. You know what I'm saying? Leave me alone. But here's the thing. Here's where I wanted to get y'all though. You know I ain't got no sense. All right.
So, what was all that? What was all of that?
You can't marry someone and not. Period.
Well, allegedly he didn't do it with his second wife. That's a whole nother. There's a whole nother topic.
He didn't. Wait, hold on. He didn't. You're saying he allegedly never clapped cheeks with his second wife?
No. I don't want to say too much.
We are going to go into a whole nother 2-hour show with that.
Yeah, we're not
no. You can't bring something up and go, oh, we're not going into it. You already did. You brought it up.
And allegedly in court documents, you know, saying they never consummated the marriage. So shout out to J. Randy Timberelli. Go get his book, Michael Jackson, the Man Myth, the Man Myth, the Legend, or Magic Madness, whatever. I'll put it up late. But a lot of insight from that, from also, I forget, was somebody else's book, but also, again, court documents, you know, but allegedly they didn't consummate the marriage. So what happened was, during this time when he was married to Elisa Marie, you know, one of the things that he wanted was children. He wanted children with the king of rock and roll's daughter, you know, but she did not want to have that kiss. Damn, Mama Tucker. She said, clap on, clap off. That's right. But so, you know, she refused to have his children because she figured it would be a media circus, or maybe that's just what he wanted her for, was the children. So she kind of essentially refused. So yeah, his dermatologist assistant, which is Debbie Rowe, allegedly offered, hey, well, if she won't do it, I will, because he was conversating with her. She said she'd do it. So, you know, he went back and told her, like, you know, well, if you won't do it, then, you know, then she will. She said, you know, with Lisa Marie, by all accounts, Lisa Marie was like, she was hood. She said, well, F it, go do it with her. And so, you know, so that's kind of what kind of caused that split. And on top of that, you know, his dependency on pain pills and all this other stuff, it kind of separated, put that wedge. So she got pregnant the first time, you know, saying through in vitro, I believe, but she lost the baby. So then, you know, then around this time, but he was still technically married to Lisa Marie. So finally, when the divorce was settled, then, you know, again, he wanted to try again. And this time the baby actually stayed. Now, because of his mother saying, hey, you don't want to have a child outside of your marriage or out of wedlock.
Because of her religion.
Not just that too, but because of the fact of he has a half sister that was born out of wedlock.
Because Joe cheated. Go on.
Stop. Hey, stop. There she go. So again, so yeah,
What
so
he did cheat.
So I mean, he did, but so that's why he married her. Saying to make sure that the child wasn't born out of wedlock, allegedly. So then another child was conceived in vitro in Paris, which was Paris Jackson. So then after it was discovered that she couldn't, after Paris was born, she couldn't have no more children. She whatever happened. Mike essentially ended the marriage. He paid her off, make sure she was good, whatever. You take this, go over here, and he wanted to make sure kids had no contact with her, and he wanted to raise them on his own. So then he wanted to try for one more, and this time he used his jizz, and again, there's a surrogate mother, and this is how Blanket was created. But yeah, he didn't with Debbie Rowe.
I couldn't see it anyway.
Oh, dang. I ain't gonna say it at somebody mama, you know what I'm saying? But Steven says Hilda Rowe Foundation started in 1992. Golf was started in 1991. See the connection? Yeah. Dwayne says, I believe he married her to get those publishing rights from her. He didn't have to marry her to get the publishing rights. All he had to do is just buy them. And he already owned some songs anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because again, a lot of songs Elvis didn't write, you know what I'm saying? But he just bought the company. So not only
songs Elvis stole.
That part too.
Yeah, say that part.
But again, along with Sony, they were acquiring songs like Beyonce. Matter of fact, Eminem dissed him. So what did he do? He sat up there and bought the publishing company. He bought the song that Eminem was dissing him on. I'm telling you, he's shrewd and he's petty. So that's just what he did. So yeah, he didn't necessarily have to marry her for that. I think it was more so the status, the symbolism of it. This is Elvis's daughter. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, there was some women he was creeping around with. Let's just say allegedly, don't walk away. One of those girls, saying he was messing with. But then on top of that, too, he owned MJJ Music Group, which had Brownstone, which had 3T, which I think there was somebody else that was signed. So he was making money hand over fist. You know what I'm saying? So
isn't it crazy that the world believes that Michael Jackson was gay, but nobody believes Prince was?
No, that's not crazy at all.
I mean,
Prince didn't give out those vibes. What?
Right. You know what I'm saying?
I said I was a Prince fan, bro.
I'm a definite Prince fan, but it's just crazy to me that, you know what I'm saying, Prince went above and beyond with the metrosexual shit. You know what I'm saying? And MJ didn't really cross over. Like you didn't really have too many instances of MJ in no compromise and nothing. Like photos, none of that. He didn't have his cheeks out. You know what I'm saying? He didn't wear no heels. Like, you know what I mean? But everybody saying MJ was gay. But Prince running around here with his butt cheeks out on stage, and everybody thinks that's just normal.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was doing a Playboy shoot. I mean,
but he could still pull like the baddest ones too. Back then.
He did.
But, I mean, that I know, but that's what I'm saying. Ain't it crazy the discrepancy between both those ideologies? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, not to take anything from MJ, he was more private. Prince was just out there like that.
Yeah, you're very, very right. Matter of fact, I got one of the women.
Scenario out the line.
I'm gonna get to him. I'm getting to him. But shout out to Shayna. Shayna is one of Mike's, women, who he had a thing with, what I'm saying, and she's on my friends list. So, she got a good book that talk about it too. But MJ was super uberly private about who he dated, who did what with, and all this other stuff. Who he went out with Madonna a few times. Folks didn't know they actually had dates with Madonna. You know what I'm saying? So Madonna was trying to get them cheeks. A lot of that.
Wasn't she trying to get everybody's cheeks though?
Everybody.
Did she get his cheeks though? I mean, didn't they?
The world will never know. You know what I'm saying?
You got Tupac though. Charles Barkley. Dennis Rodman.
Like what Third said, Michael was America's darling. He had to keep everything super private.
Yeah, again, go ahead. You're right.
I'm not gonna say. I mean, he was smart. He kept it private, whatever he did with allegedly with anyone. At the end of the day, he's a man, bro. Men are men, so that's what I'm going off of.
That's all I'm saying.
But you know what? Kudos to him, bro, for keeping it under wraps, man. Hey.
Wait, so hold up. Scenario, you know what we need you to do? We need you to drop the doc.
Drop the doc.
That's what MJ needs. We need you to drop the MJ doc. You know what I'm saying? You say, y'all be talking about Busted Baby. We don't say nothing about how sus the Purple Rain was.
It was not sus, bro. What do you mean?
Because the eyeliner, the blouses, you know what I'm saying? But
the high heels.
The high heels, like Quest
he was pulling Dodge with those, bro. Like what?
He was. Women back in the day in the 80s, y'all was into some androgynous dudes. Y'all wanted the dudes who looked just like you for whatever reason. And it was
he was an artist. Okay. Hey, he was an artist.
Thank God. Thank God. We were only born in that era. We didn't live through in the 90s with the rough and rugged, Naughty by Nature, hip hop parade, you know what I'm saying? Like, thank God we didn't live through y'all was doing jerry curls with blouses and let me love you down.
Yeah, my brother.
Nothing wrong with that.
My sister broke her toe running to watch the Thriller video.
Yes. Yeah, you can't come ready for the world.
Hey, man, my mom and father both had jerry curls.
Oh God.
You see, and on top of that, bro, I mean, it wasn't that bad. You see more still rocking with Jerome, bro. Like even when he's performing, Jerome's still there.
We seen him last year.
You know, say Jerome is still with him, bro. Like,
hey, man.
I want
to. Hey, bro, going back to Mike. We got away from the doc. I'm talking about the shipping doc, not the documentary. The doc on the bay. But what I was getting ready to say that was controversial was hey, there was a couple years ago, right, that they had the Elvis biopic. And I didn't see the media over here scrutinize and say, hey, because essentially they left out a huge blemish on Mr. Presley's career. Speaking of his daughter, saying her mama was 14 when he met her and started courting her. And then she was 16 when he talked to her parents to have her come live with him over in Graceland. And then, let her tell it. They didn't do anything sexual until she was 18 and then married her when she was like, 19, 20, 21, whatever. But you talking about from 14 all the way up, they didn't do anything, but they romanticized it in the movie. All the great. Matter of fact, there's Priscilla and Me or Priscilla and Elvis movie, saying where they romanticize, but they gloss over the fact that, no, if you're talking about PDF files, I mean, he was actually a living testament of one. But they don't scrutinize Elvis. So he's the king, he's the greatest. But it's a high double standard that, hey, when it comes to MJ, now all of a sudden, they're leaving this out and it's a horrible movie. They whitewash. Didn't you do it with Elvis?
Like it.
Now, why would they do that? Because he's black.
That part. Thank you, Rob.
Right now, I know you're a little beige right now. You black for saying that.
No, I'm telling you right now, dog, that's the truth. I mean, they hid that too, big time. And people who really follow Elvis caught that. But they weren't saying nothing. They weren't saying nothing.
I'll go even a step further. Priscilla wasn't the only one.
Right.
No.
So he was a hoe.
For the youngins.
Allegedly.
At the playground. Playground.
I mean.
Allegedly.
Yeah, that's
right.
Weird. That's weird.
Mama tell you that, but you still can't use the N-word, sir.
That's weird.
Man. Go ahead,
man,
Mom.
how you doing?
That is weird.
Mama
bro.
Tucker said you can't use the N-word. She gonna whoop that ass if you do.
Hey, y'all see where I get it from?
Right. But yeah, it's a high double standard though. I mean, they praise it. Austin Butler did a great job in the movie and all this other stuff, blah blah blah. But yet and still, you know what I'm saying, they're not given the same scrutiny as MJ. Hold up. We have somebody in the house. We got somebody's.
Oh man, what's happening?
What's up? How you doing?
Oh yeah, we good.
Hey,
Yeah, he was
go.
talking bad about Prince. Get him out of here. But anyways, moving on.
What's up, man? How y'all
Hey,
doing?
guys.
What's good? What's
No, there
good?
will be no Prince slander here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You can't talk about Prince, man.
Come on.
You
Oh,
can't.
no.
You can't.
Can y'all hear us yet?
How y'all doing though? Y'all good?
Yeah, we
Doing pretty good. How are you guys?
Hey
Pretty
man,
good.
can't complain. What's
Yeah,
that? What's y'all? Hey, y'all seen the Michael Jackson movie?
we actually we debating on going to see it after we leave the hookah bar.
Right.
Hey, sis. How you
I love you.
doing?
Good.
Congratulations, y'all.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
I love these two right here.
Ring the bell. Hey, let me see that ring. Hey, let me see that ring. Let me see. Closer. Let me see. Oh,
They get married.
let's go. Watch out, bro. I see you.
Lock it.
Right? Period.
Hey, what did this turn into? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what just happened
What
here?
for
I
real?
had to give my congratulations, you know?
Nah,
Right.
you good. You good.
So, right, we love y'all. But yeah, definitely, I would recommend go see it. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be some haters. The same ones who are saying, well, they left out the accusations in 93. They're whitewashing. He was weird. He's a creep. All this other stuff are the same ones who did not criticize the Elvis movie with Austin Butler. You know what I'm saying? They praised it, saying it was a work of art. And it was this true legend, king of rock and roll, but yet and still they're slandering MJ. And you know, at the end of the day, like I said, I would like a lot more story, but who knows? They might get it right with the second one. But as far as Jafar Jackson, again, I'm super, super proud of Jafar for the work that he did, you know what I'm saying, the work he put in. Hey, you know, kudos. Solid. You know what I'm saying? 5 fire flames out of 5. The dude is hard. You know what I'm saying? He embodies them. He eats
Yeah,
up every scene.
all the reviews I've seen have that same sentiment. You know that he just Jafar did an amazing job. So you know
He is.
that is the selling point right there.
Give
Like
that young man his flowers. Give him his accolades.
Yep. Yep.
absolutely.
All the flowers.
Yeah,
All of them.
and when they do the prize biopic, we gonna come get you scenario so you can you know what I'm saying do your rendition. You know what I mean?
You know, we're gonna have his daddy Kirk Franklin up in there too.
Oh my God. Here we go.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. I'm so gonna play that song at your wedding, bro. I'm so,
Bye,
I'm
bye.
so
Yeah, that
busted, man.
Busted.
that song.
Baby.
I was
As
really
long as you
getting off.
don't play no Elvis.
You
Now,
know, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we the crowd for that. You know what I'm
all
saying?
right.
I don't think that's gonna
Everybody
happen.
would leave. Everybody.
All right. So scenario in a wifey. So what do you think about MJ? Do you think these accusations hurt his legacy, or you think we as a collective just don't care?
You know, he's protected, just like y'all be protecting Prince.
Oh God.
He's
What?
protected, just like y'all be protecting Prince. Y'all can hear me clear, right?
You're a little lower. I need you to speak up just a little bit.
How about now? Can you
Yeah.
hear me now? Yeah, he's protected like y'all be protecting Prince.
I,
He's
so
protected.
I think that anytime somebody slanders your character, there's a bit or a piece that crumbles a little bit. But if you're a true fan and you've been following it from day one, you are not going to let the naysayers even have a say. So it's just kind of like, everybody has trauma, everybody has an issue. If everybody was put on Front Street, everybody would feel a type of way. But there's just some things we don't know. And we happen to know a little bit of what they think they're telling us. And right now, like, regardless of the choices, I don't know. I just feel like he was human and in a tight situation, but there's some things I don't believe.
Situation.
Yeah, of people making judgment while he's not here to defend himself.
Kids in your bed ain't no tight situation.
But I mean that was also accusation. Was there proof? Was there pictures? Was there videos?
He was wasn't he letting little kids be up in sleep in his bed?
Bro, we had this conversation. We say this about Mike, and there was a man who had a whole island full of children with your favorite celebrities and stuff
Not my
taking trips.
favorite.
Oh
Not my
yeah,
favorite celebrities. I ain't got any celebrities.
Wait, so again, scenario. The
Uh-huh.
FBI investigated Michael Jackson for 13 years, found nothing. A jury acquitted him on all 14 accounts. The media still treats him as guilty. Why is that? Especially for people like you. Why do you think that he's protected?
Man, accusations when it comes to kids, man, that's mustard on your jacket, man. Any kind of way you swing, you know what I mean? Hey, I wouldn't leave my
so let
kids
me ask this
with
scenario:
Mike.
Are you more mad? Would you be more mad for a person getting the mustard thrown on their jacket, or the person throwing it knowing it's not true?
We can't say we can't say it's not true because first
We
and
low key
foremost,
can because
wait. You a grown man. You a grown man. We all
absolutely.
grown men here. What would y'all allow kids that don't belong to you to sleep in your bed?
Absolutely not.
No.
Okay. So
But you're also not Mike.
is that not strange?
I'm just
Well,
kidding.
no, more so to the fact though. So what were
Did
these
that really
parents
happen
doing
though?
allowing this to happen?
Yeah, they said it happened.
No, I
Okay,
mean,
so
is
so
that
even
actually factual though? That actually
so
really happened, or is that
scenario,
just?
if we
Oh,
all grown here,
wait. Hold on. What'd you say, Rob?
I said, is those facts that actually happened, or was that just part of the story that they're making up?
Exactly.
that
I want
nobody could ever corroborate. But even further, so scenario, we all grown men here, right? If you have children, are you letting them go to another grown man house by themselves and spend the night?
Absolutely not.
And he
There's
ain't
two
got no
parts in this.
kids, right? He don't have
Hey,
no kids. You gonna let your kids go spend the night over there?
no, absolutely not.
All right then. So that
So
we go.
Quez
Even
made
with
a good
kids, I wouldn't want
point.
my kids to sleep in the bed with a grown man.
I don't like my kids
Yeah.
in the bed with me now. Shit, they mine.
Thank you, thank you.
Shit.
Yeah,
Right?
Go
yeah.
asshole.
That's just weird, bro. Like,
Go ass out of
Oh
here.
my gosh. So yeah,
Son,
so what Quez said, like, are you so I feel like the parents possibly
Hey,
plotted allegedly, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they easily made up that story because when you actually talk to kids, when mediators in the courts talk to these kids, they ask them questions to where they get their side of the story. They're not prompting them to say anything. They're getting the truth out of them. And I've been there not been there, but I know for myself. You know what I
I'm about
mean?
to say, you was at Mike house too? What happened, Jess? What's wrong?
No.
damn,
that's why I
Jess,
forgot the
what's going
jacket.
on with
My
you,
mama
girl?
would never.
Hey, are y'all at a hookah bar right now?
Yeah. Oh, you can hear it.
Oh yeah,
It's
we
just
can we
for
can
Yeah,
hear,
we
me.
we
can
can hear the
hear it.
music in the
Okay.
background.
Hey, my fault, man. We just getting the comments, man. They just put on the music. It was like a wire in here.
I think we started taking over. So it was like, nah.
That's exactly what happened.
What's up? We love y'all, man. We'll be in the comments, man.
We
Don't
appreciate y'all
Hey,
though, man. It was
Yes.
nice to meet you, Queen, and y'all have a
hey,
great night,
Thank
man.
you.
come back. I need to talk to
Okay,
you,
most
man.
best. Oh yeah, I got a lot to say.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. We appreciate you. I don't know
Y'all
about
hit,
Clyde. We're just waiting for him
hit
to
me,
drop
bro.
the doc.
Period.
They
Say it
dropped the
again.
doc.
We gonna dock the dock like 50
Plots.
did.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Plus and payback.
So,
All
Congratulations
right.
again.
Hey, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. We'll see
All
y'all.
right, sir.
We'll see you
that,
soon.
uh,
But yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Hey. Well, look, we got about a cool dub left, man. We I guess we got to jump straight to your boy with the Tesla. You know what I mean?
All right, y'all. Wait, you know what I'm saying?
Who we talking about? Please don't tell me Elon Musk.
Oh no, hell no.
She late to the she late to the party.
I sure am because I know what we talking
All
about.
right, y'all. We'll be right.
Some other African Americans.
We got so for the Michael Jackson fans, thank you for tuning in. We're gonna chop this part up, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna put it on our page, you know, to drop your 3 cents and stuff. But we're gonna put a toothpick and come back to this because hey, long live the king of pop. Well, you know, talk about somebody who's actually found guilty. You know, we will be right back. We're gonna talk about this David Cack, but we're gonna show some love to some folk, and we'll be right back, y'all.
The sovereign frequency system exists to correct that. Across this book, you will learn 5.
It's come to my attention that everyone's calling me a troll. Some said even the king of trolls. First of all, I'm flattered. But I'm done with all that. I would never do a deal with DoorDash and quite literally deliver beef when millions of people are watching. I mean, who would do something like that? I'm not delivering quality beef. It's more of an art than science. Don't want to be too obvious. It's all about timing. And I'm always on time. Oh, they sell combs. What a coincidence. No matter what kind of beef you have going on this week, remember DoorDash delivers. And you know what goes great with beef? A bottle of this beautiful Branson cognac, aged 4 years or 50 months. Who's keeping count?
Where you from? Yeah. Sir, tell them where you from. Let's go. Cruising down G Street looking at hoes. Oh my God, she ain't got no clothes.
You've seen the footage from last year. Well, Boss Up Brunch is back, and our very own Marquez Miller is back in the building. Join everybody June 27th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Yard Party ATL. Make sure you pull up. If you've seen them, you know the events are fun, packed with business, and plenty of networking and plenty of praising. Pull up to Boss Up Brunch, June 27th at the Yard Party ATL. See you there.
Uncle Nearest Premium Whiskey is a brand of Tennessee. Whiskey honoring Nathan, Nearest Green, the first known African-American master distiller. The Nearest Green Distillery, located in Shelbyville, Tennessee, is the world's first distillery named after an African-American. Green is credited with perfecting the Lincoln County process, a charcoal mellowing method that defines Tennessee whiskey's smoothness. Get your bottle today.
All right, y'all. We are back. Now, for those who are true Drop Your 3 Cent fans, we talked about this previously. I think sometime back in September or something like that. And you know, we said we'll put a toothpick in and come back when something happened. But mind you, that was September of 2025. You know what I'm saying? But as of this last week, singer David charged with the unaliving of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. The unalive penalty is on the table. Fellas, ladies, have you guys been following this case?
I mean, it wasn't nothing to follow except for this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we was waiting on. Like, bro, I mean, there ain't too much more evidence you can get.
Right. Now, for me, I had this heart to heart with Quez. I didn't know if I really wanted to jump on this one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went into a building before, right? And this is like sometime last year. I just happened to walk past the picture of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. And you know, I had to do a double take because I'm like, because at the end of the day, you know, she resembles one of my nieces. One of my nieces is half black and half Mexican, but they literally look similar. And I freaked out for a minute because I thought, like, oh my, what is she doing up here? And then I had to read the name, and I'm like, man. And then said her age, and I said a prayer, like, I hope they find this young lady. I hope she's alive, you know. And so it kind of just, you know, went underneath, you know. It's one of these things, and then now next, you know, it's been blowing up. And the one thing that I could say is that this dude just seems ultimate. Like we talked about court of public opinion, but he just seems like an ultimate weirdo. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't get to his songs where he talked about homicide and this beautiful homicide, this, whatever. And in the manner of, again, she's a young girl, he's older, whatever happened, you took advantage of this girl. And for what the story, if the stories are true, allegedly, you call her back to her house, your house, because she threatened to go public with this quote unquote relationship, and you unalived her. And the fact that you put her in the Tesla and you went on tour, chopped up her body and went on tour. You're a sick bastard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got no love for you, got no sympathy, no well wish. You're a sick, funkin' bastard. And, you deserve anything that's going to happen. That little girl is not going to get a chance to experience life. She's not going to get a chance to get married, have her father walk down the aisle or anything. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, whatever it is that you did, what you did was horrendous and sick as far as having a relationship with her. But why do you have to take her life? If it ever come to cross, if they play this for you in LA County Jail, wherever you're at, you're a piece of shit. And you deserve any and everything. If me and you were face to face, I would whoop your ass. Period.
I seen Leslie Jones said we had volcanoes for a reason. I'm trying to figure out how to use them.
Right.
It's a good place to start. I'm more so upset that it took this long. You know what I mean? Like, who else was y'all looking for? That's my question. Who else was the suspect? It was his car, driven by him. Anybody else have it? Well, I mean, what else was we waiting on? We was waiting for the tour to be over.
This is gonna take a lot for me to say this, and then I'll let you get back to it. Cheryl says he guilty. I mean, obviously, kudos to the LAPD because they sat up there and say, "Yo, you motherfuckers is taking too long." As far as like the LA district attorney, you know what I'm saying, the DA office, whatever, you guys are taking too long. Like, what? We got enough evidence that shows that this dude did X, Y, and Z. What are we waiting on? They were upset at the fact that LAPD jumped the gun. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I wholeheartedly agree with LAPD and what they did. Because again, I think they like, look, we're tired of talking about it. This dude had enough time to get rid of evidence. He was on tour when they announced this stuff. He had enough time to transfer all his properties into his mom's name and all this other stuff. He was moving like a guilty dude from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And it's this long to get an indictment. LAPD forced their hand, and I'm glad that they did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You never think you'll say them statements too often,
bruh.
Hey.
The same ones that didn't hit me up all in Hollywood. Hey, kudos.
Right. Ramparts division and finally did their job, huh? You know what I'm saying? Don't come
They're
in. Don't
still
come
taking
in.
forever with Biggie, but it's because I think they had a hand in Biggie, but they got this one right.
Facts.
Rob, what are your thoughts?
I know that they were investigating the video of the accomplice like throwing away her bag back around her residence area. I know they're doing that, but they definitely dragged their feet on this big time. Like, that dude shouldn't even been on tour. Should have been drug off of it. I mean, I agree. The guy deserves every bad thing coming his way as I just don't want to get too crazy with the language there. And that's why I'm out with this fool then. F him. Like, seriously. I don't know. The way the justice system works, man, it's just been disappointing. So I'm not surprised with it. It's been disappointing for a long time, for a very long time. And I'm glad that they did get him to hurry up and get this thing going because they're really dragging their feet on it. That's
Jess?
that's what I said.
I got you. Well, what are your thoughts, Jess?
So like I was saying about MJ, they investigated him for 13 years, was it? 13 years and found nothing. Who knows how long they was investigating this dude? I don't know, but it did take them quite a long time to finally arrest him for the murder. You know what I mean?
Unaliving.
Oh, my bad. Unaliving. It took them very, very long to do that. So I think as a mother, it's very, very hard to see that. I don't know how her relationship was with her parents. I can't speak on the father's behalf, but I don't know how her relationship was with the parents. But as a mother, I definitely would have been pushing. You know what I mean? I'm lost at why it took so long for them to even do anything, you know? But I also did read the comments to be on the other side of this case. Comments were saying like, what if somebody else unalived her and put her in, his car and all that stuff because he wouldn't sell his soul to the music industry? Who knows? I don't know. But to be realistic in this case, like I said, as a mother, I would be highly, highly disappointed at how long it took them to finally arrest him for this.
Yeah, I don't know about that mass conspiracy to put a whole dead body in
Hey,
Trump.
I was reading the comments, so.
Yeah, it's a lot of weirdos in there. That's why I don't be in there. Truth be told, I hate the comments. That third thing I tell them that all the time. I stay out the comments. You know what I'm saying? It'd be too much going on in there. Like,
Yeah,
I don't believe that.
so what happens to be going on the right trajectory? Like, yeah, what if somebody else did it? But yeah, because he didn't want to sell his soul to the music industry because he's such an exclusive artist and he's such a shut the funk up, you punk ass beach. What y'all be smoking? Like fentanyl? Like what's wrong with y'all? Just dummies.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
Allegedly.
Like these conspiracy theories, like, so what may be true? Yeah, it could have been somebody else, could have had an accomplice. But we might never know because they took their feet so long dragging the thing. He could have got rid of all types of evidence.
That
What I'm
part.
saying? Like, who knows?
That's
Go ahead. Yeah, the one thing that's true is that she was dismembered and found in his Tesla. You know what I'm saying? So what they did find out and put out was that the last time she was seen alive was walking into his residence, his LA rental. And then next she's not seen no more. And this dummy is over here making subliminal songs, subliminal posts. The most sickening thing that I seen was somebody had a flyer or whatever at Coachella talking about Celeste is the liar. How's she lying? She's unalive. What did she say?
Man, what? I don't know, man. I feel for these youngsters coming up, man. They got a lot to battle with. They got a lot to battle with because it's a whole lot of idiots.
Common sense went out the window with that, dude.
Yeah,
That's
it's
crazy.
a whole lot. People live so vicariously through these artists now that it's ridiculous. Like they really think they be their friends or something. You know what I mean? Like we just saw people licking ice cubes in Toronto to get a release date. You know what I'm saying? Like what is the world coming to? You know what I mean?
Okay, can we do a quick pivot?
Like just weird.
Talk about him.
Can we do a quick pivot?
No, I don't want to talk about him.
It's just weirdo behavior, man. And you see how a bunch of these individuals are so innately tied into to something that doesn't even benefit them. It does absolutely nothing for you. Like you got a whole following of individuals who would even fix their face to say she's the liar while she's deceased is crazy to me. Like, and for you to be holding up that sign and nobody punching you in your mouth lets me know that society is headed in the wrong direction.
No, it was an airplane. It was one of those airplane flyers, whatever. You know that they
So somebody paid for that.
Somebody paid for that.
Ooh,
At
allegedly, it could have been debuted. Allegedly.
Crazy.
If it was him, LAPD, allow me a visitation into the jail.
First, you need to visit R. Kelly. Then you need to visit him.
Oh yeah, I definitely got some smoke for R. Kelly. I'm mad because again, I can't enjoy the songs how I wanted to because of him.
I can't.
So you know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of hard.
I will not.
I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I'll be feeling conflicted, and I just want to beat him down every time I hear about it. You know,
feeling conflicted.
She don't remind you of your Power Wheel G. You know what I'm saying?
The key every time I put in the key to the ignition, you know, every time I get a toot toot and a beep beep, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you punk beach. Why? With all the women you could have gotten tons. Why? You know what I'm saying? But again, with him,
it's his mindset.
Yeah, because again, he was abused as a child, and what he went through was horrific. That's why I give him a little bit of grace. He needs help.
Trauma set you back.
Yeah, he needs help. You know, so when it doesn't take away from his genius, this dude's a fuck boy. Excuse me, it's a funk boy. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah.
But do we know his backstory?
He probably was touched with a broomstick.
Broomstick.
Broomstick is crazy.
He's a punk beach.
Allegedly.
And ain't no allegedly, he's a punk beach.
Allegedly.
My opinion, he got probably boys are probably out.
Jess is like play by the rules. Allegedly.
And his boys are probably out. You can see me. I can fight a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I think I still got it.
Hell no. I think I still got it.
I think I still got a little something. Yeah.
He over here trying to fight clowns.
You know how I feel about clowns. You already know how I feel about clowns.
I hate clowns. Don't get me started with that.
I hate them with a passion.
They can't even get 20 feet near me, dude. I cut them.
Hurt my soul. So you got the same thing?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Hey, that's funny. Denisha is scared of clowns. She really is.
I ain't scared. They irk my soul, bro.
No, the queen is literally terrified of clowns.
You gotta ask yourself, what kind of person wants to be a clown?
Exactly, bro. Who puts on the face paint and then
yeah.
John Wayne Gacy and one other person I know.
Well, but then for me, Rob, it's the forced laughter. It's the forced, like, it's fake. You know what I'm saying? My cousin thought it was funny. My cousin and my best friend thought it was funny. To try to get a clown to come do like a balloon for my birthday, and I was like, "Yo, my cousin was like, yo, get this clown away. He's about to lose his life. Let him go." Because he is about to be bad.
No lie, I would have stomped him out. I don't care. Like, I hate clowns. What a passion. I hate them. There's no such thing as a good clown.
I can relate to you.
Another security at the wedding.
I can relate to you.
Yeah.
I can relate to you.
Yeah, I don't. Hell no.
Not even Homie the Clown?
Funk, no.
Not even Homie Clown.
Homie Clown.
I can watch it from a distance, you know what I'm saying? I love Damon Wayans, but I can watch, but he can't be up near me though. Jess loves clowns.
Excuse me?
It's been another amazing show, people. Man.
Oh man. He's like,
I didn't even know. You know what? I'm dead.
Done.
What you do, Omarion?
I got an icebox where my heart used to be.
Look at my beads. Look at my beads. I'm a man with beads.
Y'all going to hell. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make y'all aware.
He started it.
It's a purse, Kay.
He
It's a
started
purse.
it in his battle rap to start the show. I heard it.
What I do? You know I don't think when I rap.
Yes, you do.
No, I do not. It's called freestyle. Whatever comes to the top of your head, you say.
But you
I
are
don't
thinking it if it comes to the top of your head.
Whatever
Thank
flows, you go with it. The minute you think, you cannot freestyle.
Bam. Whatever you think.
No, I said if you try to think, you cannot freestyle. I will stutter and stumble. You go with the flow. I don't write none of this down. It just comes to the head.
But it came to the forefront of your head. Thank you.
Came to the forefront of your head.
Which means it was in the back of your mind. That's all she's saying.
You're thinking of it.
Michael Jackson thriller.
I'm with you, Jess. I'm with you. Don't worry about it. I got you, Jess. Don't worry. I got you.
Don't be hyping her up, man. Come on.
I got you, Jess. You know what I'm saying? I'm right there with you, sis. I don't know what's going on. I mean,
you were thinking about it at one point.
subconsciously,
I hope
subconsciously you were Miles Morales. That's what she's saying. Yeah. Subconsciously, you were Miles Morales in another life. You know what I'm saying? And you slipped up and let it out in your freestyle. You know what I'm saying? So you got caught. That's all they're saying. I agree with it wholeheartedly.
Hey, man. Hey, no, hey. Just drop the dot.
Drop the dot.
Wow. You never know.
Hey, man.
I'm going to give me a Venom suit and dance battle with the clown.
Hey, you better get it. Yeah, you better dance your little heart out. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so, hey, we are about at that time.
Y'all are crazy.
I didn't know there was somebody out there that felt like how I do. Funk clowns. That's why Rob got rid of his best friend Johnny Blaze, because he was a clown. But anyway,
sir, that was your mentor.
Damn.
And your neighbor at one point. And your neighbor.
This dude. Man. All right.
I never heard someone write a diss track about their neighbor. Like,
hey, you out here dissing Mr. Rogers, man? What's wrong with you?
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, I guess.
Right.
I guess so. All right. It's been a good day in the neighborhood. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. To the Facebook family, thank you. To the YouTube family, thank you. Make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe button. We'll be back. Same black man in half white, same black channel. You know, I can't say it fully. Same black hands, same black time, same black channel. We'll be back. Matter of fact, make sure you go out, go see Michael Jackson. Shout out, RIP to the King of Pop. Shout out to Jafar Jackson. Salute. Man, it's all nothing but love. We'll see you. And in the words of Scenario, just drop the dot.
Drop the dot.
Just drop the dot. Crazy.
I heard that from T.I. I heard that from T.I. since then, bro. I'm just saying.
Stay away from clowns, especially doing no medias, but one's named David and one's with beads.